Well, the rain is finally gone. The track is finally back to normal, fast and in great shape. And as you would expect on a Saturday, a week before the Derby, things were really hopping around here at Churchill Downs, not only with Derby runners, but workers of all kinds, many of them who will run in some of those undercard stakes on Derby weekend, Oaks and Derby Day. And we'll mention a couple of those later on. But we'll get right to the Derby horses this morning. And I would say the star of the show, but there were two stars of the show, I thought, during the Derby workout session. And we'll start with the one everybody's interested in, the likely favorite, Omaha Beach. We mentioned yesterday was going to work on Friday. That work was postponed today. Mike Smith scheduled to fly into Workham, stayed back at home, so Julian Leparoux deputized for Mike and did an absolutely perfect job, as you would expect from Julian. Omaha Beach went with a workmate, not a stablemate. It was a workmate from trainer Larry Jones's barn. He broke off about 4 lengths behind his target. Caught up quickly, was about a length behind an opening quarter in 23 and 4. Was on even terms as they turned into the stretch after a 3/8 and 35. And then he just drew away at will without much effort at all, urging at all from Leparoux. Drew off by 5 lengths at the wire. 58 and 4 was the final time. And then he continued out extremely well for another 1/8 of a mile, was still 4 or 5 in front. I had him 3/4 in 1:12 and 3. Did ease up a little bit after that. Not a super 7 furlong gallop out. It was 28 and 3. But overall, a very impressive move from Omaha Beach. He's just getting better and better and better. He's looked good here all week. He obviously loves the local surface, which was a little bit on the deep side this morning, especially as we got further and further into that training session. He obviously worked right after the renovation break. But all in all, gold stars all around for Omaha Beach this morning at Churchill Downs. And nothing off of this work is going to suggest that he will not be or should not be the likely favorite here next Saturday. But I also gave some good marks to War of Will for trainer Mark Cassie. He had Tyler Gaffleone aboard. He, too, was given a target this morning. This was just a half-mile work. He broke off 3 lengths back, stayed about a length and a half back, and took a little dirt on the turn, which is good. You want to school these horses as much as you can, even in the morning. He was a length and a half back, turning for home in 23 and 3. And then he finished up just as strong, if not even a little stronger, than Omaha Beach. Drew off again 4 lengths from his mate and was still in hand. Tyler had a good hold of him at the wire, 1.5 in 47 and 2, and then his gallop out as good as or even better than Omaha Beach, 5/8, 59 and 4, before easing up 3/4 in 1:13 and 3. Some question marks, obviously, over War of Will off his disappointing effort last time in the Louisiana Derby, but I think he's erased those question marks. If he hadn't already in his recent Keeneland works, he certainly did today over here at Churchill Downs. So thumbs up again for War of Will. Other works this morning, we had Signalman out there. He's still down on the AE list, looking to draw in, probably not going to be able to do so. He went 5/8 in company for trainer Ken McPeak in 1 minute and 1/5. I thought originally the company was going to include his Oak stablemate, Restless Rider. She was scheduled to work this morning. She did not come out today, so going to have to keep an eye on that situation. I did not see her out there galloping or obviously in her work with Signalman. Also for the Derby, Plus K Parfait. I know I'm not saying that right, but do the best I can. For trainer Brendan Welsh, went 5 furlongs, 35 and 4, 101 and 4. Worked outside a stablemate and edged away at the wire. Galloped out in 15 and 4, pulled up in 29 and 2. Also this morning, potential Oaks runner Dunbar Road for trainer Chad Brown. I think she needs 2 defections to get in, so he'll be keeping an eye on the Restless Rider situation, if there was one. And she worked in company. She was the first one to go immediately after the horses came back on the track. And she went 5 furlongs, 36 and 2, 101 and 2, shading 25 for the final quarter. Was a bit in front at the end, but going easily in typical Chad Brown style. galloped out the 3/4, edging clear in 1:14.2. Dunbar Road, lightly raced. May or may not be able to get in here. So we'll keep an eye on that situation. The Oaks will be drawn on Monday, so we will know Monday who's in and who's out of the Oaks. The Derby obviously will be drawn on Tuesday. A couple of other horses of note to work later on in the morning. Right after the Oaks Derby horses got off, trainer Bob Baffert sent out a team that included McKinsey, and McKinsey worked 5 furlongs from the half-mile pole in 58.4, flew home down through the stretch, looked terrific today, pulling away from Salamini, his workmate, and then was really strong in the gallop out. I had him 6 furlongs and 11-1. I think some of the other clockers had him 10-4 or 11 even, but regardless of what you saw on the watch, all you had to do was watch him as he went, and it was a terrific move for McKenzie, who will be running here next weekend. And then even later in the morning, Newspaper of Record. We all remember Newspaper of Record from her sensational run last year, getting ready for her 3-year-old debut. An easy, and I mean super easy, half-mile in company this morning, 49-3, had plenty left at the wire, galloped out in 102-3 for trainer Chad Brown. Well, as busy as it was today, it's going to be even busier tomorrow. 6 scheduled Derby workers tomorrow with probably the key name on that list. We're going to see some horses we haven't seen here yet. Win, Code of Honor as well. By my standards, looking to see if he could keep going in the manner he's been going with his terrific works. Tacitus, who again had another great morning today, still doing what he's been doing. The end of those 1.5-mile gallops, I get him in 2-minute licking, 3/8 or a half mile before pulling up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him work tomorrow, as will his stablemate Country House. So we'll be back tomorrow with an even more extensive report, more things going on. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. I believe the forecast is going to be fine for tomorrow. So keep it right here. DRF.com, the place to be for Kentucky Derby 2019.